Hello everyone and welcome back to MAS 565 week 2. We're going to be looking at chapters 4, 5, and 6 and um, some of the important things to make note of while you're reviewing these chapters. Chapter 4 is going to discuss ethical and social issues within information systems. Some of the specific principles that are required for the conduct and or that are used to guide ethical decisions within the industry, as well as the contemporary information systems and its challenges for protecting individuals' privacy and intellectual property. You don't want to have your creations within these organizations be stolen. There's a lot of social and political issues currently that are being raised by these information systems, the property rights of personal information and controlling basically some of the personal information that is being gathered within many of the databases and web monitoring tools that are currently out there. So you're also going to be looking at how the information system affects everyday life and how it can disrupt or create losses for an organization. You will be looking for understanding the IT infrastructures and some of its components. What are these emergent technologies that are out there? In addition, the technology drivers that are associated with IT infrastructures and some of them that are evolving currently with mainframe, beginning from the mainframe era and going through the personal computer era, the client service era, and all the way up to the current enterprising computing technologies that we're currently using. So in addition, you're going to be trying to understand the current trends in these computer hardware platforms through some of the multi-core processors that are currently out there, and some of that technology and capabilities with these mobile phones as well, power-saving processors that they have, very, very powerful mobile digital devices used in businesses. The current trends in software platforms, challenges of managing IT infrastructures and the management solutions associated with that. As well, you're going to be looking at the problems of managing these data sources for database information management systems. You will want to know what these major capabilities of the database systems and their powerful relational database systems used, which is a good way of understanding how the raw data is used by a company and through the use of tables. Very important information is extracted to be used to help organizations stay ahead of their competition or provide new services and products for their customers in their markets. And how these database systems are designed, and the principles for them of the design. The tools and technology for accessing the information is also good reading. Your you need to understand what some of these information policies are, the data administration and quality of assurance that needs to be that a firm needs to have in order for it to see the data as a resource to be used. Some data is unusable, and there are models and database technologies that are used in getting the raw data into an accurate format, so that you don't have missing pieces of the data within it. And some of these older databases are basically cleansed with what they call cleansing software. They clean up the database to make it useful for the organization. So those are all very interesting topics that you will be reviewing and looking over, and I hope that you enjoy understanding them. So let's work at looking at week 2 and see the discussion and answer, looking at answering some of the questions as follows as provided in the assignment, and make sure that you respond again to 2 responses of within your discussions. Remember, the reference information is also important on where you got it, so make sure that you include that. Include the information from a viable source. Examples of you're going to research the internet for legal issues that provide examples of cases containing ethical concerns related to privacy, intellectual property, or trade secrets in information systems or information technology. You're going to analyze 2 cases that you find most compelling, and your discussions should be well formatted and made, so we can all follow along, cohesively understanding what you're implying, what your research has found. Your assignment is going to involve Qantas Airways. It's an Australian airline. It's an Australian leading airline that faces cost pressures from high fuel prices and low levels of global airline traffic. To remain competitive, the airline must find ways to keep costs low while providing a high level of customer service. And Qantas has a 30-year-old data center, so management has to decide whether to replace its IT infrastructure with newer technology or outsource it. And make sure you answer the questions in the paper. Keep working on your final project assignment. Again, I'm going to be looking for how the progress is coming along, and I do expect to see something in discussion question 2 as far as your final project's activities and work in that. So use your time wisely again, and we'll see you in discussion. Have a great week.